Hello. I don't know if I'm live or not. So if I am, just let me know. If you don't see or hear me, let me know that too. Because I didn't ask anybody. I just tried to do this. Hi, Richard. So I guess I have to go to YouTube side and see if I can there. Oop, oop, oop. And it says I'm there. Okay. All right. Turn that volume off. So I can hear myself talk. So I guess I can remember some stuff. But anyways, thanks guys. I know this was just a little pop up and it was just something to do. And since Roxanne is under the weather, I thought, well, I'll just go in our time. So uh, I hope this works out okay. But if not, maybe it's just a continuation of the hot mess. So we'll see. Maybe it's rubbed off more than I thought. Who knows? But I'm going to say hi to the ones that already came in. That's Linda Worth, Mystery Snow Guardian. She snelled it. Jenna P. KG Aquatics. That was a great stream earlier, Keith. I caught the replay. Richard Reynolds. Zen Ginger. Craig's Catfish Cave. And Why Are We Always Yelling? Uh, Stephen P. Aquatics. And Chew. Craig's Catfish Cave. And Nosky Fish Kodo. Zen Ginger, Red Laser, I think I said hi to everybody, but if not, hi if I missed you, I'm sorry. But I've been out today trying to gather some tropical fish out of my ponds because the water was down in the 68. And I knew I had a few out there that I wanted to bring in before it got too cold. High vision. And so I spent most of my day out there playing in water. So, but everybody's been caught up that has to come in. And I think this year, instead of buying a little heater from local, because it didn't last, I'm just going to try to find me a better pond heater, something a little bit more substantial than what I had last year. Last year, the thing looked like a rock that floated, and it didn't have any thermostat, nothing. So you just put it in, plug it in, and you really didn't know what you're going to get. So I'm going to try to do that this year. And because last year I did lose some goldfish after that hard freeze in March. They made it through the whole winter and then died right when spring was starting. And hi, Linky, and hi, Stubbs, and Chris, and Nathan. Hey, Nathan. And I've been trying to catch up on Nathan's. He's done great many videos since I've been away from watching because the whole week before you're busy doing stuff, so you don't get to see as many. And then, of course, at the Clash, it was hard to even find bathroom time because everything was going on and you still miss so much. And, you know, if you walk away, you've missed something. So, okay, they can't hear me. Can everybody else hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Should be good. Okay, so it's just Keith. Maybe he's busy doing something, because he's got stuff to do. Anyways, and Cody, thanks for coming in. Um, and yes, I've met so many wonderful people, but just saying that, you think you have favorites, the people that you're always saying, hey, Mark, Gina, that you see all the time, day after day. And, we're all in the same chats and everything. But you know what? As much as you think somebody's your favorite, the first time you hug somebody that you really haven't had a lot of communication with, you love them just as much, and I'm going to cry, but it was very overwhelming. But I love you all. And I got to move on. But something I did learn is that Scotty is an extremely hard worker. I mean, I know all we ever see him do is sit his ass on the recliner all the time. And he don't even sit up where you can see more than maybe the top of his head. But that man, he busted hump all day long, half the night. The poor man, it was back to back to back to back. And I can only imagine what he did on the days that I didn't even see him. But he is a hardworking dude. So he's not just only firefighter extraordinaire, but he's a hustler. You might be sure, but he's a hustler. Hey, Matt. Hey, TJ, Todd, good to see you in here. And I have a little story about Todd and Fission. I know you told me to tell Tony something, but I lost it already. But it was a lot of work. Now, we went up a day early. We were planning on going up Thursday, driving and landing Thursday night. We maybe got to dinner and then have Friday to, just go meet everybody before the stuff started. But kid got out of school half a day on Wednesday, so it was like we had everything packed. Hey, buddy, we go. And we threw the kid in the car from the school. We came home, dropped off her book bag, and she had her little school computer. And we shot off down the road. And we got there early, So it's like, it was 10:30, 11 o'clock. I don't even know what time, but at least we were able to get up the next morning and, and hit the ground running. Hi, Andy. And now when we pulled in, of course, we zipped past that little overhang in front of the hotel. And I saw a few heads out there. But by the time we parked, Butterfly and I got out. We were going to go get us registered while Tony was, securing and getting things out. And I saw some people up there, and I said, oh, is that Stephen P? Is that Stephen P? And it's like, oh, my God, it's Stephen P. When he turned around, I saw his face. I confirmed it. So it's like my very first class hug was Stephen P. How befitting, because I love that boy. He's still a boy to me, because I'm like 3 times his age. But it was so great that he was the one that I landed on. And then there was Skipper, there was Richard. And then, then I just kept running into more and more and more. And hi, Jorge. Hola. Paul McCarthy, thanks for coming. So it was like, okay, that was awesome. Just by myself. Every little thing is monumental to me. It doesn't take much. But so I checked us in, and I saw Jenna and Annette working back there in registration thing. So it's like, okay, I'm going to go up, get us settled, then I'm going to come back down and help them because, it was late and they were still working. So, of course, I went up. By the time I got down, they had already locked the doors. And so I was turning around to go back up to the room and ran smack dead into Richard Reynolds. So he says, come with me. I said, well, where are we going? He said, we're going to Chattanooga Ed's room. So it's like, okay. So I got to hang out, and I never thought I'd be hanging out with Chattanooga Ed in the hotel room for a few hours. It's just a joke, y'all. But there was Ed, Crystal, who was Linky, Skipper, and Richard, and we sat there, and it was great. And we stayed there like 2 o'clock in the morning is when I found it. It was, it was a long day for me. Hi, Greg, 3G, and it was so cool. It is just as the same in person as he is on the screen. So he is not. It's no facade. That's our Ed. But it was a great time, and let me turn this little thing on, and just getting to talk to people, like in a small setting without things you have to do, it was even better, but it was just great. And I was so glad we went the extra day. It just made it so much better. But the pictures up are some that we took, I think maybe Friday or something, in that little area right outside the registration table. And I would say the food was great, but you know what? It was easy, and all you had to do was just go in there and sit down, and you didn't have to go anywhere or drive anywhere. But that's my husband and my daughter. They had to come too, and Butterfly is very shy and reserved, but as it got around, she warmed up. And actually, Tony's already planning our trip for next year, so he's on board. He kept her a lot so I could get out and mingle, since this was my family that we were visiting. And so he kept her entertained in the room, and she did her, her little YouTube stuff and all that. And we watched a lot of ball games, so he was happy too. And I went there, like tell him something he needed to do. So he probably liked the break. Hi, Metalheads. Hi, Mike D. And so it worked out good. And we were supposed to have a babysitter for Butterfly, but it didn't work out where the way we had planned it. So, but she'll probably have to go back with us next year because she kind of liked it, even though she wasn't there as much, but she did like it. And look, we ran into Garcia. He was there Saturday morning with my husband. He had gone down to get some coffee. He says, the guy that's really loud, he's downstairs. I said, it must be Garcia. So I hurried up, ran down, and got my husband Garcia, who is just a sweetheart of a person. And his lady friend, Lori, she's a very talented artist and sweetheart too. It was so good meeting her, even though, I've known of her from the channel, but face to face, it was even better. And I've even contacted them about making me some merch and maybe some stickers and stuff. So he's going to get with me later and see what we need to do. But, oh, look right there. My daughter's name was Butterfly, and Annette gave her some wings, which she was playing with them yesterday. And Annette made me this Keystone Clash tumbler, too. She is so sweet. Oh, Garcia has to find his own mat. Yeah, well, Garcia can hold it. And look, this is a wine bottle that she, recycled, and I'm going to use it as a shrimp cave. I know some people are using them for fish caves, but that's what I'm going to do. And that was Snarky Fish. And she even had a little scratch thing where you could scratch off like a discount. Hey, big shrimping, aka Steve. And Steve was in the Alcascape thing too. And look, what is this going to be? Oh my God, this is Rico wood. I finally got some Rico wood. And he had almost given it all away before I reached in there and grabbed a piece. And it didn't matter what I had, even if it doesn't ever go in the tank. It's just part of the memory. And I said, you know what? If he gets rid of all of it, he's going to have to go to that graveyard and get a piece of that broke down wood or a ditch or something and hand me a piece of wood, because I'm not leaving without some wood. And look here, Lake to Land makes shrimp sticks. All this talent in the fish fam. I didn't know. And I bought several varieties. And, hey, Whip, and y'all know me, I try to support fish fam no matter any way I can. So if you're there, I'm going to try to buy from you. And if you were there and I didn't, then I'm sorry, because I didn't realize who you are. Hey, Crip. And look at there, I am a member of Stephen P's channel, and I had on my What the Fish shirt. And so by appearing in the merch, I won a magnet, and I got the Sea Bishop. And so that was super cool, because I thought that was the coolest thing on the shirt. So that was another bonus. And I took a lot of Fish Fam shirts with me, and I changed shirts every couple of hours, just, to show support. And that was a lot of fun, because like I told him, every time I changed shirts, I went to use the bathroom. It wasn't true, but it's a good story. And Keeper Pots, I got stuff from him, and those are those feeder rings and like a moss thing where you can put moss on it. And those are shrimp stick like weights and holders. That little moss thing works perfect. You drop it right in the tank. You don't think it'll settle, but it did, and the moss stays right on it. And those little shrimp lolly stick holders, I used a couple of them last night, and awesome sauce. And I do believe Poseidon's Pets made those for him. And here is a piece of art that I won on our Aquatic Universe with Mike B. Maritza, I believe the story is that she painted this during a live stream, and I won it on another live stream. I don't know if it's the same one, but um, so they brought it to me at the class show. That was special to get it, handed from her to me. So, and she's very talented. So this is like a very quick painting. And look at there, there's lovebirds, and it's someplace in Puerto Rico. So that was really nice that I won that and that it came. And look at there. Look who is everywhere. It is none other than FishFam.lake. And since I'm a patron, I got a little bag that they had put together, which was really cool. And there was FishFam.lake everywhere on everybody's necks. So it was good to see it. There was a beautiful booth. And while Jenna and Annette were spearheading something else, this guy walked around. He was a photographer. He didn't have a YouTube channel and all. He was from a fish club, and he said, I said, oh, we'll see if your club is in here. He said, oh, it won't be because it's out of the country. I said, hold on, let's just see. And I pulled it up. I think he was New Zealand, and he was impressed that it was in there. I said, yeah, you can look up a lot of stuff on this. So it's a good tool for everybody to have. I said, and if you're traveling, pull up the map of the clubs, with the little sticks, the little map sticks, pins or whatever. And, if you're visiting somewhere and you want to maybe, jump and land on a little fish club while you're there, you can find them, So, that's just another benefit. There's so many, that thing is just awesome. And Crypt Keeper, along with what I showed you, I managed to wrangle a great deal on some purple Nancy shrimp. And one of them did pass in the bag, but the other 4 were doing great. That was in the bag. And he also gave me his show shrimp, which one was another purple Nancy and one was a red Nancy, which is, she's got her own tank. And she's berry, so yay, little baby soon. And all the others are in their tanks. I kind of prepared just in case I bought some shrimp, just in case. What were the chances that would happen? But everybody's doing good, just that one that didn't make it. And, it was a hard time to be a shrimp in a bag, with all the weather changes and the people moving and picking you up and looking at you and everything. And just imagine how big your eyeball is when you stick it up to a bag and just put a little shrimper in there. Maybe they think we're going to eat them or something. Well, the red one looks like she's buried. So if she's not, she sure looks it. So I'm going to think she is. But so that was very exciting because they were very expensive. And look, I spent out before I got those shrimp. And as I was looking for maybe one of those carts for Roxanne, to carry her luggage down, I ran into Tim, and I just asked him something about the shrimp, and he said he didn't sell this. I said, but I ran out of money. I said, I can't pay that. Anyways, he made me a deal. So guess what? I had to go borrow money from my husband to go buy that bag of shrimp, which when he saw the deal I was getting, he was okay, but I'll never pay him back. That's how he worked. But I was able to get some Crypt Keeper shrimp as well as other people's shrimp. So now what you see on the screen now is my very own DIY by Richard Reynolds fried shrimp hatchery. And look, he did me a twofer. Even put the tubes, the drain lines, everything. Hi, LJ. It's got he cut out part of the bottles and it has a lid. And there's a little thing, he told me what to do. Of course, he's going to have to tell me again before I actually do it. And there's the lid. I know the green screen is messing this up, but I threw all these videos together like in 15 minutes before the stream. And his lady friend, Cynthia, well, not friend, his woman, she made me and Roxanne these It's all personal stationery, about being a mermaid, making waves. It is so awesome that she did that. And it was great meeting her. And she's a hard worker too, because she jumped right in at the registration table and she worked too on, I don't know, I saw her Friday or Thursday or both days. I don't know if she did it before. But look, and here comes my KGE haul, which I did get me some wood, and I went for wood, and I had to have that ACCR because I was running low. And he also sells shrimp envy, and I need some airline tuna because I have moved stuff around, and now Keith is making some shrimp food himself, and it's still called Swarm, and I got to have something to drink because I'm so thirsty. Hi, Better Aquatics, and if you came in, I haven't seen you because I've been flapping my jaws. Sorry. Hi. But so this is new for him, something new for him to do. And, something he's working on. But he did give me a little bag. And I got me some Cinepods. Didn't have any of those. And because I just like having all stuff. Hi, Nona. And so that was my little KJE Aquatics haul, which, look, he was going to let me box it up because I didn't want to run out of money and just send him PayPal later because he knows I'm good for it. But he was willing to do that, and that was going to let me maybe spend some more money elsewhere. But I was able to pay for it, and then I ran out of my money. So, hey, Whizzle. And as I said, these are going to run back through, and I'll try to catch where I missed off. Hi, Finny. And something else happened, and I missed it because I hung out Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night, and Saturday night. I was too pooped to hang out late, and if I went in that lobby, it would be 2:00, and I would be just like dying the next day. So I went on to bed, and daggone it, Mike B bought his guitar, and they had a picking and grinning down there, and they sang songs till half the night was over, from what I understand. And Dr. Ted Coletti played while they sang for part of it. How cool is that? Hi Adam. He's a superstar in the fish world, and he's the author of my favorite pond handbook. How many of those have I bought? And given them out for raffles and stuff because it's like just like to have it. They're good. It's good reading. And I forgot to take my book, so that he could sign it. But it was great to see him on Keith's video where he pitched in, and then Stephen made another video, so that was awesome. And Dr. Ted had the best shirt writing on the back where it says, "Scotty, get back to work." So, hey, everybody was going to make sure that Scotty got stuff done. And y'all have probably heard it on some streams, but two ladies worked super duper hard. Hey, Jeff Kane. Not just, for the Clash. They had been working probably almost a year out, helping plan this Clash. And I know it was the huge successful that it was, partly because of their efforts, and their promotions, and everything that they did to help. Excuse me. And I know their organizational skills kept everything on track. And not only did they do paperwork, but they were organizing to make sure this got done on time. And I don't even know how they know how to do all that, but they did. And it was just awesome watching it work. So, yes, I wanted to jump in and help too. And that's what I did. I saw they were stuffing the goodie bags that you got when you signed up at registration. And Stephen was helping them, and he was putting in this, maybe the Vibra Bites or something. And, his exuberance was just so much. I was afraid it was going to collapse the room in. So I kind of, stepped in. I kind of running a spot out, because I knew how excited he was. And I wanted to help, a lot. So I went in and I helped, and Vibes was over there helping, and There was other people helping too. I can't remember everybody because it was, I'm on overwhelm, overdrive. Still am. I can't settle down. And I did see a question earlier, but I forgot what it is. But I think it was something about adding court to an airline, and I don't know how. But that was fun. I like doing the little busy stuff. You just tell me what to do, and I'll do it. If you need me to shovel, I'll shovel. If you need me to do this, I'll do this. If you need me to wash windows, I'll wash windows. I don't care. Whatever you need, when something like this is going on, I want to help. So um, that was great. And by helping with those bags, all of them were just like plop, like fish tubers were over here, vendors were over here, and everybody else was over here. And when somebody would come in, we were supposed to go and run and get the bag, but they were all willy-nilly. So I stayed late one night and I alphabetized them by first name so we could find them easier the next day. So the ladies that had to do it on Saturday, I hope that it helped you. But by doing that, I read all the tags. And so it's like, oh gosh, this person's coming, this person's coming, this person's coming, this person's coming. So I kind of knew who was going to be there. And Richard Graham was one of the names that I saw, and I don't know if I met him or not. So I was hoping to because I needed to pass a message on to him. But anyways, it was just awesome to see how many of our family was coming, and all that. So I did write some notes so I wouldn't forget some of the stuff that I hadn't already forgotten. And let me just tell you, these people that go from show to show, vending, they work hard to get that stuff there. They, it don't just, it's not easy because they keep stuff here and they have to load it here and unpack and spread it out and do the same thing all over. It's hard work, and there's a lot of competition because like shrimp sticks, there were several people selling shrimp sticks. So not only is it competitive amongst the people that are there, but they're competing against big business too. So if you can, and when you can, always try to buy from a small time vendor. And I'm going to push the Fish Fam vendors. You can find them on fishfam.link, and that was ironic that popped up right there because you want them to keep coming. And these are people that you can talk to. You can't ask Amazon about anything that they've got. If you get a bad one, you can talk to them then through one of those complaint things. But hey, Nancy B, you can't just sit there and have a 30-minute conversation about things that you don't maybe understand about something. Hi, Jason, Eric, and Eric, I still need that picture, the one I want. You know what I'm looking for. And so do your best to support these people. Their prices are good. Probably even better. And the fact that you can see what you're getting, put it in your hand, look that person in the eyes, maybe even hug, whatever. Do what you can to help these people out, because if they weren't there, it just wouldn't be as much fun as hobby. Now, all this Fish Family shirts, we put in a pile, kinda. And Cynthia is, when I popped down, Cynthia was folding every one of those cotton picking shirts. And Jenna was making a tag for, like, say, Dee Spin in, and she would put the size for me, and then Cynthia would match it up and then drop it in the bring back. So, each one was done with the personal touch. So you don't get that from the big box store either. So, things happen. And the people that donated for those gift bags, it was a nice little gift bag, I'll have to say, because not only did I get the shirt, I got Viber Bites, I think a couple of packs. We got Crayfish Empire, gave 3 different samples. Trying to think what else was in that bag. And I'm drawing a blank, like a big blank right now. Anyways, there was 5, 6, 7 things in there. Some API products. I I can't remember that. And if somebody else could put it in the little chat for me, it would sure help refresh my memory. So, but that was awesome. So, oh, and you got your fish fam link lanyard and your badge and all that. And hi, Garcia, Besos. So, that's another keepsake. So, oh, it was just so great. But um, one night, I did. Some nights we've been outside and stood and talked, but I'm old lady, my back hurts. So this next time I said, well, I'm just going to sit my fat ass down on this giant sofa. Well, Dennis Christensen came, sat, Susie came, sat, and Shelby came, sat. And so now it was like sitting in the presence of a star. Shelby hung out there for like a good hour or so. So, and let me tell you, we all love Shelby on the screen, but her smile just lights up a room like nobody else. She's just the sweetest girl next door person. I wonder if she can even raise hell with her hand. I would love to hear that. You need to record it, Shelby, so I can hear it. It would just make my day. And hi, Holly. And that was awesome that I got to sit, and talk with her and Susie one-to-one and Dennis. Dennis and I hung up at like 2:00. So just because Dennis is quiet in the chats and everything, and he don't say a whole lot, he's very knowledgeable on stuff in aquariums, and he hung tough, and I think I left before he did. So don't let Dennis fool you, but he's a really nice guy. And I guess I got to bond with him several years ago, either before I co-streamed with Jess on the Aquatic Money Show or maybe during. But she had some lady, Killer Art, I think was her name. Was raffling off a print, and I wanted it so bad. And Dennis won it. And what did he do? He gave it to me. So I have never forgotten that. He's always had a little special place, not just because he gave me stuff, but because he didn't have to. That was the thing. And it was good to sit and talk with him because he does not share a lot on the streams. So we don't really know his personality, but he's a cool dude. And I learned something else. Scotty calls Annette the demon. I think that's his very affectionate name for her. Hey, Foxy, hope you're feeling better. She wasn't feeling good this morning. But, he calls her the demon and all that kind of junk. But let me tell you, that girl helped him and was so considerate of him all the time, as well as Jenna and everybody else that was in that group helping. But Scotty, he ate a handful of this and maybe, a lollipop or whatever, but Scotty didn't feel the whole few days. So all of those tables in the vendor room and the aquascaping contest, all that stuff had to be broken down so it could be emptied out. Tape off the floor, all those electrical cords, and trust me, there was a lot of electrical cords. You didn't see them because they were taped down, but they were everywhere. All that had to be removed because Annette wanted Scotty to go with some of us to go out to eat so he could sit down and have a meal and kind of be done with the heavy stuff. So she just was sitting there out in the front lobby, and several of us fish fam was out there. She said, "You think we could get organized a work party and get it done for him while they're doing the auction?" So 10, 12 of us, and y'all know who you are. They went in there and busted butts, and it was hard work because those tables were hard and heavy. Hey, Miss Lori, good to see you. And we got all that stuff busted down, stacked up, ready for the night group to come and get their stuff. And stuff was taken to some of the equipment belonged to the Clash Club or whoever, and we had a special place to put that. That was done. The aquascape tanks that were donated to the auction were broken down and carried up there. There's drapes, those black drapes that was placed. We took all that stuff down, folded them up. So, it was hot in there, very hot in there, and it was hard, but it was like a group of us working together, it just, again, it is what the fish fam does. When there's a need, they make it happen. So Scotty was so tickled, and he got to go out and enjoy a meal. And then Annette wouldn't even let him pay for that. I believe somebody picked up his meal, and I'm not sure. I thought it was Annette, but that was just another thing that happened. And I have saved this for later on. Not that it means any less, but Roxanne and I have been streaming for 70 some streams, and we chat behind the scenes and all that, but it's not the same as this touchy feely thing that we do. And as we were coming back from lunch, I believe it was Friday, the days are running together, I saw Roxanne, Brian, and Fidget underneath that little overhang in front of the doors. Now, Roxanne does walk with one of those walkers with the seat. So I thought, well, okay, I can catch her easy enough. We parked the truck like 8 spaces away, maybe. And I can run up there, and she's gone. And she is part of a mystery snail. Because you know how you find a mystery snail and you think, I want to scoop that one out? And by the time you get your net and turn around, it's gone. It's halfway across the tank somewhere, even if it's a 125-gallon tank. That's what she does. So I said, oh, she's checking in. So I looked in. She'd already done that. Gone. Shoo. Pepe Le Pew doesn't get around any faster than Roxanne with that thing. Well, I had to run all the way back behind, close to where the elevators were, and there she was. So I screamed, stop, don't move, woman. So I got, a big old Roxanne hug, Vision, and Ryan. So, excuse me, that was awesome. And, you finally meet. And she has the most glorious hair. That's all I'm going to say. You get a chance, rub it. That's all I can tell you. But that was phenomenal, just meeting her too. And now, we actually live streamed together, sitting side by side. And that was fun, even though it was hard to concentrate. Because we had visitors, and it was an exciting time, and you're not looking at your screens like you normally do, and so I was kind of lost, I just, I do what I do. I said, oh yeah, let's do it. That's my job. Hi, Rick. And so, and I just tried to stay in character right there too. But it was fun, Miss Lori, Monster Fish Gal, came, she and her husband Joe, and she sat at the end of the table, and I think y'all might have seen her hair one time, but she was actually modding, sitting beside us. That was fun, because she would read out something that we needed to do, or respond to, and it was so cool. And that's a little special. I'll never forget that. And there were so many wonderful people up there, and and I can't recall all of you. And as somebody said, "Oh yeah, I met you." Oh yeah, I remember. But right now, if you said you can win $1,000 if you can name 50 people, I wouldn't be able to win that $1,000 because I would just get stuck on 3 or 4 and just go into mind overload. And then like how you think of something you should have said to somebody, like if you were arguing or you want to do a slick comment, you think of it later. That's how it works. And but I have to say, I was really startled and stunned when I think it had to get pointed out to me because I wasn't prepared for it. But I saw a Dee Dee's Fan Den t-shirt on somebody. Hey, Patty. Met Patty finally. And she's just as cute as a button. But TJ Autocross, Todd, was wearing one of my shirts. It's the first time I have seen some of my merch out and about, other than, my husband or myself. So, Todd, I'm going to be sending you a gift certificate from KGE Aquatics, who does not know that either. So, Keith, I'll get with you later, too. And we'll figure out what we have to do. But since you were the very first person I ever saw in my merch, I just want to do that. And just for fun. But it was so cute. And I even saw it on Steven's live stream when he did the little, like the little shuffle that they did behind him, which that live stream was a hoot. I missed it. We were out chatting, but I got to watch the replay. And I did pick up a bunch of stuff. One of my Raleigh Aquarium Club Society people was up there, and Brandon Campo, his booth was my plants of all things. Who would have known? But I bought plants from him before at the Raleigh Club meeting, and fortunately, Vinny's my homeboy. I visited his booth many times. He got, hey, lady, you want to see what I got in this bag? And so I came home with a bunch of plants. And Miss Jennifer Weaver, I met her. She is so cool too. And she don't turn in early either. She hung out with the best of them. Very cool. And met her son Wes too. But so I got right many plants from there. I did get some shrimp I had pre-ordered from Grant and Shelby, Garden of Eden, and I picked up some of their plants, and I think I got my daisy rice fish from them. They are so shiny white, they're blue. And since I came home, I ordered, I think, 5 or 6 more because they're so pretty. And I was going to put them in the tub outside, but I put them inside for now because I had to get those tropical fish out of the tubs, and I didn't want to, just be banging them around for no reason. But they were beautiful. Got me some mosses, and they had a sale afterwards, and so I had to go there and see what they had, and I picked up some more of those fish. So I got that. I got my shrimp sticks from LJ Shrimp and Snake. No, Lake to Land. LJ Shrimp and Lake to Land were at the same vendor booth. I got 2 baby bettas from whichever one of them, because they were sharing that. Got 2 baby bettas from them, and I bought a betta across the way from them, from a person I did not know, but she had beautiful bettas. And y'all, Richard Reynolds' woman, Cynthia, is a fish nut too. She bought 14 bettas up there. And we were having the lady hold them so she could keep doing the water changes for us. And I said, well, I go up, I'm going to tell them my name's Cynthia. And you can pick up my one. I did. But very beautiful bettas. I think Tim Crick Keeper might have gotten one from the same place. It kind of looked like it. And hi, John. So I got that. Let's see. And what's his name? Does Shrimp. Good Lord, I watched the streams. Mark Shelley. I got 2 small bags of the blue jelly shrimp from him because I've been trying to replace shrimp I lost 2 years ago back from Papa Shrimp when he was selling shrimp. So couldn't find anybody to have them. So I was able to find them there. So I snatched them up, and now I have some Mark Shelley shrimp. And now I have Tim Keeper on top of that too. So there's 2 new sources of shrimp that I was able to add to my Fidium. And I think I might have to change my name or something. Something shrimpy, maybe. I don't know. But I probably won't. Oh, and I got one of those easy breeder boxes with the airline, which I didn't have. All I had was like the specimen cup. So I was tickled to death to get one of those. And it was on that booth that was back to the registration table through the glass. I don't know who that was. And Gina sold salty stuff mostly. But guess what? I found the one thing that I was really trying to get and put in place before I left at the class, and I couldn't get a hold of one. And I wasn't going to pay the price they wanted at the LFS. But I got one of those power heads, and it was like $19 cheaper, I think, than what the store wanted it. Hi, Maria. Met her today. She's so cute. And so I found something at Gina's salt booth. Now, she did have some stuff that could go in both tanks, but I was tickled that I got it. And so now I have a piece of Gina here, too. Um, and this little cool little group, Nocturnal Aquarius, I think was their name. They had some little like trinket jewelry, like had mermaids and snakes and that kind of stuff. And they had these cool homemade tanks things, uh, terrariums and aquariums, where it was like full systems, like with waterfalls, and it was self-contained. You didn't have to do anything to them, either one of the terrariums. And one was an aquarium, but it wasn't filled up all the way, so you didn't realize. Hey, Patrick. And I would have loved to have bought that, but I knew it would probably take half of my budget. But it was beautiful. And he took picture frames and he mounted them to the front. So it looked like it was a door, like a glass door, even though it was solid. And they had resin walls. So you didn't have to worry about anything leaching or whatever, but they were beautiful. And, maybe one day, maybe one day. But that was cute. And I did pick up some juries for us. Um, and that, not Annette, but Roxanne, I forgot to give you yours. I was going to let you pick one of the two. So sorry. I saw them both when I dug out my stuff when we got home. I still haven't unpacked my particular suitcase. So, and I managed to get a stuffed axolotl over there at that, I forgot her name, Dragon's Axis. I got a little stuffing for Butterfly. She wanted the pink one, so she slept with that. And her little stuffy thing that we got in our green gift bag. And Butterfly bought a hand knitted, there's a star, I believe, from the Farrell's booth that went towards the fundraiser for their rescue. So she slept with those three things. Yeah, I was like, okay. So, but that was that. Let's see. Of course, I got some more shrimp baby food from Grant and Shelby. And I think that's all that I bought. I might be wrong, but been wrong before and I'll be wrong again. But I think that's what I got. But um, I don't think I got. I tried to write it all down as I unloaded it, so in case I didn't. And Zenon, did I meet you at the Clash? I saw that name several times. I hope I did. Remind me where we met or whatever. Um, so, but it was so cool, y'all. I did not stay in the auction because we did the tables and chairs, but I had already gone through, and the things that I might would have stayed to bid on, it's like no, I can get those from some of my ship people. I am from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. Well, great for stopping in. Appreciate it. And everybody, and we've got a new friend, so thank you. And Stephanie Aquaria Life and Maria was helping the gentleman that Stephanie was helping to sell his plecos. Really cool, nice person, and look, everybody was awesome there. Let me just say that. I was so thankful to meet everybody that I met. It was just like, it just got better and better and better and better and better, and then rewind better and better and better. It was just like that. And I know this is my first time with some of y'all. This is an old hat to you, but I don't know if all of us blabber on the first time we go to one. And hey, Kelly, and but it was just a lot. And Kelly, I met Kelly, and of course, I hugged everybody, and I don't know why I didn't come home sick. So many people did, and I'm sorry, but we jacked up on vitamins before we went the last. Well, my husband said I had to, but I'm glad I did because I was in everybody's faces all day long. But I was finally able to hug Kelly, and she's very tall, and when you hug Kelly, it was like laying my head on my mama's bosoms and hugging my mom. It was just so much fun. And Jake is a very handsome individual and such a sweetheart. And but now I did not get to go to any panel chats, and I hate that they didn't record it. And I thought they would, but and I understand the speakers not wanting their stuff done because they do those other things at other circuits. But I was able to catch both of Kelly's. That's the only two I was able to manage to catch. And I think she's awesome on Wet Your Plants and Science is Fundamental, but it is nothing like watching Kelly work a room instructing people. And I could see she must have been a hell of a professor, but she was so engaging, and the way she did her presentation, it was like, oh my God, this is even better than anything she's ever done on screen. It's like, oh my gosh. And if I thought the Glowfish one was good, the CO2 one was even better. And I did learn something that if I knew it, I had forgotten it. So I came home and I did a little cranking around on my stuff. So thanks for reminding, me about that. But it was so funny because now Stephen P was in there and she did refer to him a couple of times at something on their stream. But at the end, she says, no, we live stream on Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern on Wet Your Plants. And of course, it was up on the screen. And you should have seen the number of phones clicking and capturing that name so they could tune in. It was awesome. So, Kelly, you rocked it. And I'm sure the rest of them did too. But I just don't know how you can hit everything. I just don't know how you can. But I wasn't about to miss those. Y'all know she's my girl. But then I have so many girls, so whatever. But it was great. I did meet Bentley and sat and talked with him for a while. And a quiet fella. It's Aquarium Domain. I sat and talked with him for 2 or 3 hours. And y'all should check out his stuff. He's a really nice guy. He's quiet, but he was very supportive of Fish Fam. And he's not the only one, but the people that we don't hear, I'm a loudmouth, and so, y'all have to deal with me because I'm everywhere. But, check these people out when you have time because they bring a lot to the table. And it was just awesome to sit with people. I sat with the metalheads, and it was cool. To even sit I was at the hospitality room, and, and I sat with them and Larry D's other half. Can't remember his name. And a lady, I guess, from the club. She was on the phone the whole time, so she never looked up. And in Aquarium Domain. So he was stuck sitting beside me, so, he had to hear it. Sorry, Jeremy, but, that's how it is. But I did go to the raffle and the fish awards, and several of our fish fam, which you've probably already seen, won lots of awards, and congratulations to you all. Because it was great that you would even do that, because I don't know that I could or would, but to see people that I knew get awards, that was like really cool. And of course the raffles was fun. I didn't win a darn thing, but Cindy won a light, and she's getting a new Betarack. So, hey, Dennis. And so she needed a light for that. That was awesome that she got it. And they have an Aquarium Club member. I don't know which club he's from, but Jeremiah. But he made the raffling awesome. And he did not need a mic, trust me. But you know who else didn't need a mic? Danny Weshy. Because his voice can travel too. So, and Danny gave me a little guitar pick. It had that Glassbox Hero on it. So even though I don't play guitar, but hey, I got a pick. Half pick will travel. Hi, Mike, MSC. And there was one of the aquascaping contest, y'all. I knew lots of people in the aquascaping contest. More than not. There was just, I think, 2 I did not know in there, but the tanks were phenomenal. some better than others, but I would have to say all of them was a contender up in, it was probably hard for the judges. And Shelby won first place, and her tank was very unique. That tank you're seeing now is Geek Boy. That was very unique. I thought that was bricks, but it was a rock. And I don't know who's. This was all the way down to the end, but I like the way those neons showed up in that. And I said, you know what? Now Shelby's was way different than anybody else's, and I thought that was Dragon Stone, but it was right there. That's wood, y'all. I got to get some of that. That is awesome. So I said, well, if they don't like that kind of look, then she's out, because she was the only one that went in that direction, and everybody else was more like scapey. I don't know the term. I'm not a scaper, but but she won it, but there were so many that could have had first place just that easy, and I'm sure there wasn't, but just that teeny articles. And look, y'all, Butterfly does not take pictures without scowling, and she doesn't really warm up to people, but she had her little Rico shirt. Look, that was mine pre-COVID, but COVID was not good to me size-wise. But she actually posed with Rico, and look, there's a little smile on her face. So that was good for me to see it. And this all started because Annette gave Butterfly and Tony a shirt, and so all three of us had the same shirt, and that kind of brought her in to the fish world, just like that. And who would have thunk it? But that's what it did. But thank you, Annette, for doing that. You just don't have any idea what it did for that child. But that's how kind she was. She gave out all kinds of shirts. And this is just a flag on the path, and I always try to get a picture of it. And by the time I get my phone out, we're past it, but I finally got a picture. That thing is huge, just like Rico's wood. It's huge. So, but that was my trip to the Clash. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I can just tell you now, start stuffing your wallet right now, because there's so much stuff to get, and be prepared and be able to go and have a good time next year, and just start getting ready, because it's going to be here sooner than you know. It's going to be October 4th next year. The hotel messed up and overbooked that weekend, and Kelly and they did shoot. Roxanne did get to sit next side by side to Butterfly. We went to dinner one night, so Butterfly warmed up to her a little bit, so all that stuff helped. And like I say, she did start giggling. Normally, Butterfly won't communicate with people, but she came out of her shell. And thank y'all for doing that and making it special for her. And now I'll never get to go with just me and Tony, because she's going to want to go too. And she can go because she did fantastic. Zinjunda, no, she isn't. All the betters in here are hers. She takes care of nothing. I do all the work, but they're hers, and she claims them right up front. Don't matter who pays for them, and she'll give them names. So I don't care, because it keeps her interested, and she does make a run through about every night. She will tell me if so-and-so isn't acting normal. So she pays attention, and she knows more than you think she knows. Excuse me. Oh, that was ABC 5 Kenny's tank, and I love that. And of course, I took pictures of all of them, so maybe, I can, I'm not going to copycat their tanks, but I can certainly use them for inspiration. Yes, I finally got some Rico's wood. And he's just lucky he didn't give out of the wood in the back of his trunk. I'm just saying. But, and his other half, Michelle, she was a lovely lady. And she joined right in on the, the group chatties or whatever. And it was awesome having her there too. So it's great to see the other side of people's, not just the channel person, but the person that lives through the fish tube world. So, because the other half of your family has to be special to do this for everybody. But I do thank you all for joining in. I know it was short notice, but it's like I had to get the fish out of the tank, and then after that happened, then everything else, if I could get it worked out, it would happen. If not, I would just have to do it another day. But I appreciate you coming in here, and I love each and every one of you, and I hope to see as many, if not more, at the class next year, and see you in the streams. And I don't think anybody had to do any modeling, but if you did, thank you for doing it. And I just love you all, and I don't have anything done, set up. It's just this was thrown together, the best I could. And let's see. I do have an outro, so I'm going to play it. But thank you all, and I love you.